Welcome back to Crown Perth. It's been a tremendous night, and the Gerry O'Keefe Award, of course, the award that pays tribute to people within our industry that have been amazing servants over a significant period of time, and our winners tonight, Dave and Christine Robartson, certainly fit the bill. They've been wonderful campaigners, stalwarts of our industry for a long period of time. Dave, Christine, congratulations. Christine, let's show us this amazing award, the Gerry O'Keefe Award. You guys have been involved for a long time. He was an absolute legend of our caper. Of course, Sandy's my mum, winning dual national sprint championships, and to win this award tonight, I'm sure means a lot to both of you.
It does. It does. Gerry and Betty. I mean, Betty was there as well. Absolutely wonderful people of the industry.
Indeed, and you recognise that. Dave, likewise. It was a great speech. I loved the way that Pete and Leia handled it, and they go back to when you first started out, and Christine told you, no, there's no getting involved in greyhound racing. Here we are down the track. You're winning the Gerry O'Keefe Award. Clearly your persuasive powers came to the fore, Dave.
Absolutely.
Oh, what a great reward. I mean, it's been a team effort from day one. It's been the entire Robartson family that have helped out. We know your daughter's now involved as well, their family, so your grandkids are a part of it. It's all happening, but it's been a team effort from day one, Chris.
It has been. You can't do without family. I mean, even as the kids were little, they had to come to the dogs with us. You know, I'd be getting off the school bus. Quick, hurry, we've got to get into the car, get to the track on time. And then they become catchers. So they all became catchers and in that day. And it was great. They were all part of it.
It's so good. And they're still involved now, decades down the track, which is incredible. Like, where's the time gone? I'm not sure. But through that time, the success that you guys have achieved has been phenomenal. And I think back to some of the happiest moments I've had in the sport are getting excited by amazing greyhounds. And these guys, along with Lisa and Nick Miniatillo, raced one of the most exciting greyhounds WA has ever seen in Wits End. I still, to this day, Denver Stone Free was the breeding. I was a young boy. I was a young boy when this greyhound hit the track. And what an excitement machine it was.
He was so exciting, wasn't he? He would just come from nowhere to win, and it was so exciting. I can always remember he was in a distance race in New South Wales, and JK was sitting in front of us, and Lisa and I were standing there watching the race, and we just screamed and screamed and screamed. The poor old JK's going, oh my God. Unfortunately, we only ran second, but he did break his hock that night. He should have won, but he did break his hock, and he ran second. It was wonderful.
And against Australia's best. And this greyhound was capable of outraw and could run over almost any distance, Dave.
Yeah, he could. He was a great. His only problem was he was a bit tardy out the boxes. So most times in his races, when you look for him, when the race jumped, you look for him. He was usually last. But he just had so much ability that he could pick him up and, a few strides if he got a clear run, and away he went.
I was excited about Wits End. He was an amazing dog, and it was the time of my life where I'd grown up in a family that was surrounded by thoroughbred racing and harness racing, and through the Starkeys, Gil Starkey and of course Rod Starkey, and then their son Dean Starkey got involved in greyhound racing, and that's about the time that Wits End emerged, and I thought, wow, what an incredible greyhound, and dogs like Galahad County, and there were a lot of, Thor's Thunder, there were a lot of nice stayers around as well, but you look back and the things Wits End were doing over any distance were phenomenal. Fast forward a few years, you guys, I remember catching up with you, Dave, at a Kalgoorlie round. I was running a breakfast radio show at the time. It was great to see you again, a familiar face up on the goldfields. Life had changed a little bit for you at that stage. You guys then went up to Queensland and went on to breed and race one of Australia's greatest ever sprinters in High Earner, and what a fitting name it ended up being.
Yeah, he was a great dog. One that we were fortunate enough to breed out of one of our good bitches. I remember when we first started him, I took him to where did I go? Lismore for the heats of or to prepare for the heats of the Lismore 2-year-old race, and it was a maiden race. So I took him now, and then it poured the rain, and I just put him in the boxes. First look at the track, and broke the track record over 400.
Wow.
And oh God, we got something there. But we went back for the heats. We ran second in his heat, and he got the final, drew box 2, and the one dog just cleaned him up at the start. So that was the end of that. So we kept him out until the Vince Curry. Vince Curry came along. There's 3 heats and the final. He never won any of the heats, but won the final. $25,000 final.
The richest maiden race in the world, it must be added.
Yes, it was, but and it was a competitive race. There was dogs from all over Australia there, and on the night, on his 4th attempt, away he went, and he really went well, and we got the bickies.
You got the bickies there. That was not the end of it, though, to be fair. The Greyhound has gone on to become the first ever Greyhound to win back-to-back Perth Cups, and that's an amazing achievement. But to do it in your backyard where you guys started, and we learned earlier tonight when Pete spoke to you guys, your initial involvement in greyhound racing was to have the kiosk at the Mandurah Greyhound. So it was a business sort of decision to be involved, and you worked your way into it from there. And I remember as a young boy going to watch a greyhound that means a lot to me. Unfortunately, my wife's uncle has passed away since, but Jack Smith was a guy that loved racing in general. He got involved with a little bitch by the name of Dashing Damsel that you guys trained. And he had an amazing... He's from Wagen,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Country Connection.
Yeah.
And so as a young guy following... Yes, work like a workshop, a clothing factory for people that come and fit up their workforce, and just a great family. But their introduction was racing a dog with you, and it was no rock star. It was a 410 Mandurah dog. But I remember back and the joy that she brought to their lives, taking their family and friends on a Friday night to Mandurah. And I'm still doing this now as a 46-year-old. I take my kids, I take my friends, I take my family. We get a lot of joy out of watching our dogs race. And you guys were doing it way back 25, 30 years ago. You're still doing it now.
We are. And like, we tried to retire, but it didn't work. It just did not work. We said, how often can we go fishing? How often can we go caravanning? Not happy. So we're back.
Let's break it down too for people that talk about, longevity and why would you come in? It's all about the dollars. Let's break it down. It's not about dollars and cents for you guys. You've been successful in your business lives. You've had a little bit of luck. We learned tonight that you won a house in Noosa. It's not about dollars. It's about your love for the breed, the animals, and the people involved in our sport.
It is. We just love the animal. I've got 4 girls that live in the house with me with a Frenchie, and like, they just rule the house. It's all about us, and we just go along with it.
It's the bond, though, between human and greyhound, and they are a special breed. I love all forms of canine, to be brutally honest. I've got a thing for dogs. I just love dogs, but greyhounds are just, there's something very wonderful about them.
They're just so docile, lazy. People don't think they're lazy, but they are so lazy. Love their food. Just give me my bed and let me have a run when I want to have a run. And they get on so well with my Frenchie.
And isn't it incredible, Dave, that the love that you show them comes back tenfold, both on the racetrack, but in life in general. They really do appreciate the care and love and attention. And people say to me, people involved in racing. And we live in a unique world where there's some people that are for it and against it, and that's up to people to decide. But people that actually come and take the time to spend some time in and around the kennels. And Dave, what I love about it, earlier this year we're looking to do some videos to help pass on to the next generation of trainer what it's like to train dogs and how we can help you learn more about the breed and make it easier for you as a transition as a non-trainer and a non-greyhound trainer to become involved in our sport. And you donated your time along with Linda Britton, and that meant a lot to me to see somebody that's had success actually put back into the sport.
We've tried all the way along, if someone asks me a question, I never hesitate and tell them. People say, you shouldn't tell your secrets, but if I can help someone, I'm happy to do so. The sport has to have people. If you haven't got a full field, you haven't got a race. So we really need these people in. We need good people to come along and who love their dogs and race them and bring their friends, and you just can't beat it. I remember early days at Mandurah, we would go on a Friday night and have a table of 25 people there, not all owners, but all friends of owners, and everyone would have a ball. They'd spend their money, they'd buy a meal, and that was, greyhound racing was just great fun. Yeah.
What I will say, Dave, is I was a little fellow when you're talking about these times, and now I'm nowhere near as little, and I've got little boys that are sort of growing up, but I get the feeling that we're in a period of time within the sport where things are getting back to that stage where there are so many people that are realising the love that's there for the animals, and there's a lot of people that want to get back into owning greyhounds and learn more about the sport. The sport seems to be in a great spot right now.
If you get up in the morning and go out to your kennels, the first thing, every dog's there wagging its tail, pick me, pick me. They all want a pat, and there's my day, it's made, Take them out, let them do their own thing, work them, and all they want to do is beat you on the bike, but they all want a pat, and that's what's great about it,
That's what's kept you both involved, Christine. As I just touched on, this is not about dollars and cents. This is about love and passion for the animal.
You have to love them. You do have to love the animal. You just couldn't do it otherwise.
It's phenomenal. Look, you guys have been so good for the industry, and sometimes something strikes a chord with you when somebody wins an award at a night like this, and you guys have been part of the industry from the moment that I was really excited and attached to it, and Wits End's a dog that meant so much to me as a young person for the excitement that he created, and Nick and Lisa, and I not long after got involved working at the club, and there was nothing but help from yourselves and Nick and Lisa, and I'll always remember it. And to see you guys tonight recognised in the manner that you have been is really, really special, and delighted for you both. Christine and Dave, congratulations to the pair on you of being awarded tonight the Gerry O'Keefe Award. Continued success, and thank you so much for everything that you've done for the WA greyhound racing industry.
Thank you. It's been an absolute privilege to win this award.
Yeah, same here. It's just wonderful to be able to be involved. We've tried to introduce as many people as we can, and I think most of them are still there. We lost a few, unfortunately, who passed on, but we had Terry Cicerello and Lindsay Archer and Co, all great owners and great dog lovers, and just loved the sport and loved the punt.
And we love you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Our Gerry O'Keefe Award winners for 2020 to Dave and Christine Robartson. Congratulations. A really special result for the pair of them, two stalwarts of our WA greyhound racing industry that have got lots more great times still to come in the sport.